and welcome again to another edition of Girls Inc. at Home. My name is Ivana, and today we are going to be playing a little game. So our game is going to consist of kind of observing and counting things at home. And I know it sounds a little bit, what is she getting to, right? But it's going to be really fun because we're probably going to discover things that we didn't really think we had as much of or didn't have enough of. So we are going to start off with a piece of paper. You don't need a paper if you want to just keep this in your head, but if you want to make this more challenging, it'd be fun to write these things down on the paper, guess how many things you have, and then go out with your friends, with your brother, sister, whoever's with you at this moment, your parents, and actually find out were you right or were you wrong. All right, so I'm gonna make a chart, and so I'm gonna show you how I make my chart. It's really easy. All right, so I'm gonna grab my marker, and I'm going to make a chart. So I'm gonna make a 4-column chart. So I'm gonna do a line at the very top like so. You can see that. And then I'm gonna do 3 lines in between. So I wanna make 4 columns, I guess. Yeah, that sounds good. You can make this chart however you want. And then I'll make another row, so I'll make 2 lines going down. So the first one is gonna have my items. The second one is gonna have my guess. And then the third one is gonna have my answer, or what we found. All right, so I'm gonna look at 3 things today, or for 3 things. So I think I wanna look for batteries. You never know how many you have, or you never know what kind you need. It'd be really interesting to look for light bulbs because I don't know how many light bulbs are in my house. And then I'm gonna count forks. I actually don't know how many forks I have. All right, so my guess for batteries is that I need 2 batteries. And then I need double A. Yeah, double A, I think. Light bulbs, I think I need, 6. And I don't know what kind, so I'm just gonna put 6. And then forks, I think I have 4. Maybe 6. So 4 to 6, we're not sure. All right, so we're gonna go and this is how my chart looks like, and I'm gonna take this chart with me, and if you're playing with someone, they can make a chart of their own and put their guess and put their answer here later. But we're gonna go and find out whether I was right or wrong. And again, you can put way more items or you can change them too.
So one of the items that I'm going to count today is my remote, my TV remote. So I have 1 remote, so if I ever broke this, I'd have to replace 1 remote because I have 1 TV. But if I just had to replace the batteries, then I have to look back here and I'd have to replace 2 batteries, and I'd have to check what kind they are. Let's see, AAA. So I'd have to make sure that I'd have some backups for this. So for 2 batteries or 1 remote. All right, so I counted that. Cool. So the next thing I'm gonna count is light bulbs. So that's one thing that if a light bulb gives out, I'm gonna have to replace it because I want to have light at night. And so I'm gonna count all the light bulbs in my house. So I have 1 light bulb. That one has another light bulb. I also have 1 light bulb in there. I have a bathroom light bulb. I have 2 bathroom light bulbs inside of the bathroom. Here's 2 more. In this light fixture, I have 2 more. Inside the kitchen, I have 2 really big light bulbs, so those count, but I would probably have to get different kinds.
And I have 8 forks, 2 small ones and 2 big ones. Okay, we are back. Alrighty, so not all my guesses were right. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm also really glad I know things now. Alrighty, so we're gonna go through my guesses, and then you could go through yours at home. Okay, batteries. I needed 2, but I needed AAA. That was for my remote. Light bulbs. I thought I needed 6. I actually have 11 different 11 light bulbs in my house. 3 of those light bulbs were different kinds. So that means that I kind of have to think about the light bulbs that I need and maybe have like 1 or 2 extra ones. But that was interesting. I did not think I had that many. I just think of it as being light. Forks, I thought 4 to 6. I actually had 8, but they're 2 different sizes. So I have like a dinner fork, and then I also have a dessert fork. I mean, they can be literally used for anything, but that is the only amount I have. And then while I was in the kitchen, I didn't write it on here, but I didn't know how many bowls I had. I kind of just, some of them live in the cupboard and I don't really know. I only have 4. So if I ever want to have ice cream and I want to have my family members all eat ice cream at the same time, we might have to resort to using cups or something else because I don't have enough bowls. So the reason that we just counted everything was for you to know how many things you need, how many things you have, how many things you should just be observant about. How many chairs? If you only have 4 at home, how many bodies can you sit at home, right? So the reason for all of this, it all brings me back to one thing, and that is the U.S. Census. If you have not heard of the U.S. Census, or if you have but you're not really sure what it is, the U.S. Census is a survey. So you can take the survey online. Your parents should complete that, or whoever you live with. Or you can do this in the mail, and you should have already gotten 1, maybe 2. Online, I believe it's in a different language. I believe you can get it in a different language as well if you request it. There might be a number on the survey itself, but I'll link more information down below so that you can check those websites out. But basically, every 10 years, the U.S. government, so the United States government, this country where you live in, counts all the people living here through a process called the U.S. Census. We want to make sure that everyone is counted is because they want resources and political power to be allocated fairly, so to be spread out fairly. Everything from like schools and hospitals to roads and everything in your community should have a fair amount of resources, whether that's money, whether that's books at school. And if we have an accurate count, then we know who needs more, who needs less, and it becomes a little bit more fair. And so filling out the census is something your parents should do, which again, the resources will be down below, but you have the power as a kid, as someone living at home, to say to whoever is the one filling out the census, or who should fill out the census, which should be someone 18 or older, that it's really important for them to count. It's really important for them to get you counted, to get anyone counted. And so for more information, please go down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope that you go through these resources. There's also some really cool activities for kids, which is really awesome. So if you're a parent out there, there's activities for you to do with your children. And if you are a child watching this, make sure that you inform your parents about this. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.